Hello, everybody. Breaking news. Diddy's lawyer is asking to have all witnesses and anticipated witnesses' lawyers barred from being able to speak about any of the Diddy trial until after it's over. Let's discuss. So, just this morning, Diddy's lawyer, Ana Estevao, she did file this document. This is docket number 299. And look right here, just at the top, I was floored. We write, pursuant to local rules, the Fifth, Sixth Amendments, for an order prohibiting extrajudicial statements. That means statements out of court. Prohibiting these statements from who? Anticipated witnesses' lawyers until after the conclusion of trial. So you know how we wait each day, see if they're going to come out, they're going to talk? No, they don't want the witness lawyers to talk. In light of the unprecedented amount of publicity and recent prejudicial statements by counsel for government witnesses who spoke. Okay, wait, hold on. Recent prejudicial statements, so recent statements before the trial by counsel, by lawyers for witnesses for the government. Maybe it's Douglas Wigdor they're talking about. They want an order prohibiting these statements for the limited duration of the criminal trial, and it's to protect Diddy's constitutional rights, allegedly. As the court is aware, Diddy previously moved for a gag order on prospective witnesses and their counsel to mitigate the onslaught of negative publicity permeating the jury pool, and the court indicated its openness to other tailored proposals that would help ensure a fair trial. Since then, witnesses and their lawyers have continued to make numerous statements to the media, including by previewing their trial testimony in widely distributed documentaries and commenting on the criminal proceedings to media outlets. Absent a court order, we expect the publicity to not only continue, but to escalate as the trial commences. Indeed, in recent weeks, lawyers for the government witnesses have commented on pretrial litigation and continued to broadcast prejudicial statements. Yep, Wigdor. I didn't even finish reading this. For example, on March 13th, Douglas Wigdor, counsel for alleged victim one, I believe that is Cassie, he made press statements in response to certain of Mr. Combs' legal arguments, telling the media outlets, quote, "It's not surprising Diddy would make a disingenuous argument to exclude the disturbing video from being shown to the jury at the upcoming trial." He also told the media that, quote, "Combs will be held accountable for his depravity." These statements were widely distributed across numerous outlets and social media. Everywhere you look, they're very concerned about what we're doing over here on social media. Yes, they are. Y'all, I've been down the freaking rabbit hole. Okay, I've been looking into AstroTurf campaigns. I've been looking into disinformation, misinformation, bots, how they work. There's been a whole entire experiment been going on y'all who go on Reddit. I don't really go on Reddit, but y'all that go on Reddit, there's a Reddit thread called Change My Mind, Change My Mind. And it was just now admitted to that some university, probably somebody's government really, was doing experiments on Reddit to see if they could change people's minds with bots. And guess what? They could. Now, I started saying this about 3 years ago, that on Reddit, it's bots that are supposed to be changing people's opinions. I mean, I saw it because I'm a victim of it. I'm a victim of it. I'm telling you, do experiment yourself. Go to the Let's Talk Bam Reddit. Try to say something nice about me. Try to say anything nice, even not even nice, just neutral. Like, I kind of see where BJ Investigates is coming from. Oh, I kind of see where That Surprise Witness is coming from. Watch how fast you get not only kicked out of there, the comment's going to come down, and it's going to be 50 other comments that look really similar, calling me exactly the same 3 words over and over again. Exactly the same 3 words. It's like so obviously bots. It's so obvious. But I am a conspiracy theorist for saying that. I am a conspiracy theorist for saying that the last 3 years, but they don't admit it to it. Anyway, that's probably why they're so worried about social media, because it can actually change people's minds, and you don't even have to sit there and put too much work into it. You just buy a bot. As an attorney representing the government's star witness, Mr. Wigdor's comments are, quote, unfairly damaging, as they give the misimpression to the public and potential jurors that his opinion carries authoritative weight rather than simple one-sided advocacy from his self-interested client. Mr. Combs also recently learned that Lisa Bloom, this is the one who is suing Lou Taylor. That's Gloria Allred's daughter. Did y'all know that? Lisa Bloom. Counsel for another government witness. Oh, it got to be Dawn. I think one of the witnesses is Dawn Richard, and she's suing Lou Taylor. We're getting so close I can taste it. She's been interviewed by yet another documentary that is scheduled to air on the BBC this evening. There's going to be a BBC documentary this evening about Diddy. When is this dated? Yesterday evening. Wow. So she's going to be on an interview. I hope she talks about Lou Taylor. Miss Bloom has previously made numerous sensationalist accusations and was interviewed in connection with the Peacock documentary, The Fall of Diddy. It aired on the same network that the hit piece about me aired on. Thank you. Speculating that accusations were only the tip of the iceberg, with hundreds of other people with similar allegations. She also speculated, quote, "You can only imagine what he did behind closed doors," commenting on the credibility of Mr. Combs and her client and comparing Diddy to Jay Epstein. Counsel for Diddy previously sent Miss Bloom a cease and desist letter and have repeatedly reminded her of her ethical obligations. Oh my God, I bet they have. I bet they don't let this woman get a wink of sleep. As the court is aware, the rules provide that the court can issue a special order governing matters such as extrajudicial statements by parties and witnesses likely to interfere with the rights of the accused in a fair trial. In determining whether to impose this order, the court has to consider whether the order is necessary to ensure an impartial jury, and the judge must find that other less extreme available remedies would not effectively mitigate the pretrial publicity and bring a fair trial. Now that the trial witnesses have been identified, they haven't. Hold on, identified to who? Because we still don't know who they are. But Diddy knows who they are. So now that the trial witnesses have been identified to Diddy, not to the public, we have no idea who these people are, other than we can kind of put it together. It's probably maybe Cassie, but we don't know who these victims are. We're never going to know who these victims are except victim one, which I believe is Cassie. There is no other remedy, they say. Now that the trial witnesses have been identified and the trial is imminent, a narrow order restricting the statements of counsel for anticipated witnesses for the duration of trial appropriately balances the constitutional interests at stake. There's no other remedy that could effectively mitigate the pretrial publicity. For instance, we can't change the venue. That would do nothing to cure the amount of global press attention. And the other potential alternative remedies suggested in Rule 23.1, which is like a searching voir dire, emphatic jury instructions, and sequestration of jurors, can only go so far to mitigate the prejudicial statements. Indeed, if such remedies were sufficient, there would be little reason to restrict extrajudicial statements in the first place. For the reasons stated herein, the court should prevent further extrajudicial statements from, who do we have named here? Douglas WIGDOR and Lisa Bloom. Okay, but I don't know who else the other lawyers are or anything like that. I did want to comment through here and tell y'all that, though, that Diddy is acting like he don't want any lawyers to be able to say anything at all. Now, this type of protective order does apply to the other lawyers in the case already, like the actual main lawyers of the case, like the prosecution and the defense attorneys, because Diddy tried to get all these people silenced before. Maybe not these specific ones, but he has before already at the beginning of these pretrial proceedings, way back when. Diddy did try to get a lot of people gagged from being able to talk. And the government was like, you can't gag people and we're not even going to be witnesses. You don't even know if they're going to be witnesses yet. Well, now Diddy's like, okay, well, months and months and months have passed and I do know who's going to be witnesses. So, Your Honor, hi, remember when you told me that I could request that you stop these people from talking? Hi, I'm doing that now because they've all been identified. Please stop. I don't know what the judge gonna do. I really don't. It could go either way. It really, I think, is going to depend on what arguments back the other side is going to make. Like, is Douglas WIGDOR going to file in this case? Is Lisa Bloom going to file in this case? And what is the deal with the BBC Diddy documentary? I gotta look that up. That's all I really had for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation and neither are opinions, girl. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.